Dear Heavenly Father, we thank Thee for this day, for this great opportunity to learn with one another and to learn from these case studies and help us to apply them in our studies and in our future professional lives, and that we may take from them important information for us. And we say all these things in the name of Jesus Christ.
Thank you. So I could offer the spiritual thought, and I would like to share what President Hinckley said about forward with faith. And he said, if there is any one thing that you and I need, it is the kind of faith that moves us to get on our knees and plead with the Lord for guidance, and then having a measure of divine confidence, get on our feet and go to work to help bring the desired results to pass. So I would like to apply that in my life, to use the faith and keep forward and move in the direction of our Heavenly Father, and ask Him to help to overcome all the we have in our lives. And this is I want to share with faith and diligence we could overcome with the help of the Lord.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We may start with answering the questions. I will start with number one.
Yeah.
Many of our discussions center on understanding success or making crucial decisions. Opening. Many of our discussions center on understanding success or making crucial decisions. Today we are trying to account for failure. To begin your group discussion, we construct the key elements of the case financial cake business model. So the customer value proposition, I put a case value proposition is a website that allows users to securely link all their brokerage accounts and track their investments in one place. Cake software evaluated a user's investments and recommended ways to improve performance. Users could also be able to track investing activities of friends, family, and investor planners through the Cake platform and communicate with other users about their portfolio strategies.
Okay, you want to say the four and after I will say mine. Perhaps it's better.
Okay, I think so. Go to market plan. So the market plan developed by Carpenter had a lot of incomplete or missed important actions that eventually came to undermine business. Technology and operation strategy. Design of the site was not the most appealing and easy to use for the user. The site represented some gaps that irritated users. Cash flow formula. So the cash flow formula is equal to net income plus depreciation plus amortization plus non-cash income minus net working capital. So do you want to read your first one?
Yes, customer value proposition. I wrote improved performance. Users able to track the investing activities of friends, family, and investor trainers through the Cake platform and communicate with other users about their portfolio strategies. About go-to-market plan, I said that the plans through the time had several gaps, and we read through the case that he had some ideas. He executed them, but they were not reliable. The research is not the best. technology and operation strategy, creation of the website design was not the best attractive, and it's a failure because one of the things that we like customers want to see, this is something that is attractive, is practical, and give us the information quickly. So I think their website is not the best one. About cash flow formula, you say correct. I also find that net income plus depreciation plus amortization plus non-cash income minus net working capital. And about net working capital, is current asset less current liabilities. And I searched about it, this in the website of Investopedia.
So, did you finish?
Yes, thank you.
So, was cake doomed from the beginning, or was this a promising business model? So, I think cake was doomed from the beginning because Carpenter went into the business with the wrong premises. Maybe after the changes he did, the business could become viable, but the money had already been exhausted. So they 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 didn't make it. So the company needed to be sold. Uh, okay. Ah, okay. So one of the assumptions that turned out to be false was he. Let me see. He the site was oriented to the main public, and that eventually came out to be untrue. So
Okay.
that is
So if you are you already finished? Sorry. So I also think that yes, this is a damned business model because he hadn't reliable information. He had not a research that give him the best results that he could apply in the company, and which assumptions turn out to be false. So Capital learned that focus groups for technical products can be unreliable. They would have learned more by building a lightweight product and observing how investors would use it. Carpenter simply has assumed that they have not had much sense to segment users from their early focus groups. I think has been a lesson that there are differences between active investors that accompany their daily wallets and conventional investors who pay less attention. So he should be more attentive for these details because it is important to the success of his business and for a kind of business it is the same model. We need to apply something that is sorry, reliable and have good results in other segments. Sorry, I already finished.
alright. So number 3, next discuss Stephen's approach to the opportunity. Try to understand what, if anything, Stephen could have done differently that may have produced a better outcome. So I think from the beginning, Stephen could do a lot of things differently. And if he did that, he could produce it. He had produced it. I believe that he had produced the better income. Yes, and so he could do a better research uh, in all of the from the beginning, from what kind of public target what kind of uh, um,
Could prefer.
design of the web, from the performance of everything. So he eventually hurt the company with his assumptions, and because he didn't validate those assumptions, the company um, fall.
Yes, I think if he start to a reliable research, the result is it will be different. In my case, if I was in his position, I would do a reliable research. I will study and ponder about other companies of the same market to evaluate and to know the competitors and the needs of the customers. And after that, I should prepare a plan to achieve that. But it is important to know what other companies, our customers' needs, and what I could offer the best service for them to accomplish their needs. So it is important to know that and to do what they need to work to achieve that.
So now number 4. As a group, can you come up with a list of ways Steven's approach is different from Rent, Runway, Dropbox, and mine? Mint, how do you know which assumption to test first? Was building the data layer first the right approach? What would you have done first? So I would do a detailed search and would analyze it before taking any action. So this is important because he needed to make sure that he knew what was the data, what was the, the information after analyzing the data. So he could understand what the what people wanted, what was the main public uh, to his idea, or if his idea was useful or was acceptable to the public. So he didn't do a lot of research. He didn't do almost anything about that. He only believed in his idea and his propositions, and he didn't check them. So uh, I'm finished with number 4.
I have the numbers different from you, so I think
That's okay.
we need to go to the identify the main reason for cake's failure, right? Because I already answer what you answer before me.
Oh, sorry. So what's the question?
I join the questions and I make a resume of that.
You sent the
Sorry.
guys cut.
Yeah. So I think we go to the last one.
Okay. So what's the question?
Was the failure just behind Steven's control? I think it's the next question, right?
Oh, right. So
Yeah.
I do not think so. he was um, um, so if he had bent over and looked at the details that would aid in the success of any startup, he probably would not need to sell the company and would have been successful because the idea was good. His idea was good. So um, I think the failure of or success was in Stephen's control. So he skipped many steps, and because of this skipped many steps, and because of that he lost control, and it was avoidable.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he had a lot of mistakes through the time, and if he prepares before, if he had analyzes the details, probably he sooner realized that it was not the best options through the time, and start sooner to compromise other things and do different with a different view. And I think if he had made a plan reliable and a model canvas, he will discover the gaps and that company had, and he could change the path of the company, the final path of the company, and he need to sell because the results is not the best one for them.
Mhm. Uh, Here there's a question: what low-cost experiment could Stephen have done to test the assumptions behind the main reason for failure? So I think he could do a business model canvas before start business. So if he did that, he would see what assumptions were right and what assumptions were not right, and he could change the way he thought about the business model. So I think if he had done that, he had a much more success of his business.
Yeah, I agree. I already said that before, because if he start with a good plan, a good research, the results will be different, and the company could resist to the bad results and overcome the challenge that they faced, and change the final result of the company.
Okay.
So I
I
think we've
think
learned
I
about,
think we finished. Thank
yeah.
you, Dalia.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Have
Bye
a
bye.
nice week.